Call the meeting going. Welcome everybody to our Gerrish Township Board regular monthly board meeting. Please rise for a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Hill,
Yes.
Treasurer Anderson,
Yes.
Trustee Oppie,
Here.
Trustee Osling,
Here.
Clerk Squires is present.
Very good. Do you need a
Anybody
count?
on Zoom?
Anybody on Zoom, Amanda? Okay, can we get a Buzz, Chief, can you get us a count of people? Minutes, please.
Think I can count that high?
Thank you. Yeah, right. Actually, all right, very good. We are on to the approval of the meeting agenda. I do have one that thing to add. It'll be number 11. It'll be a recommendation of hire of Sabrina Wilkes to fill a front desk receptionist position. That is mine. Does any other board member have any particular item that they wish to add to the agenda?
Nope.
Okay, hearing none, I would entertain a motion that we approve the amended or the agenda as of the amendment indicated. So move. Moved by Treasurer Anderson, support Trustee Oppie. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. That motion carries. Thank you. We are now on to the approval of the consent agenda. You all board members have had all those copies in there. Is anybody willing to make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Clerk Squires. Second Treasurer Anderson. Any further discussion, board? Hearing none. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Thank you. And then the elected officials reports are on the back desk back there, as they always are, and out onto the website. But I would entertain a motion by my board to accept the elected officials report and place them on file accordingly.
So moved.
Moved by Clerk Squires,
I'll support.
supported by Trustee Oppie. Any further discussion, board? Hearing none. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. We're now on to the first public comment of the agenda on agenda items only 1 through 11. On agenda items only 1 through 11, there'll be a secondary public comment be at the end of the meeting, which we can talk about anything from the hot weather to whatever you would like or would be on your mind. So look out in the audience. Is there anybody that has any public comment on the agenda items 1 through 11 on the agenda tonight? Anybody on Zoom, Amanda? Raising hands or otherwise? All right, very good. Then we're going to move on to our new business. The first one, which I suspect everybody, there might be quite a few here just for the first one, and that'll be all fine. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Chief Gilliam.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Okay. Thank you all for being here tonight. We are here to recognize something truly extraordinary. Not just a call, not just a response, a moment where a community came together to save a life. And today is especially meaningful because that life is here with us. On June 20th, 2026, at 2:49 in the afternoon, Gerrish Township responded to Higgins South State Park for a 77-year-old male who was initially reported breathing but unresponsive. While crews were en route to this call, dispatch received updated information stating the patient had stopped breathing and CPR was initiated. Within minutes, crews arrived to find the patient in cardiac arrest. Through coordinated, aggressive care, including high-quality CPR, multiple rounds of medication, an airway device, 2 defibrillations, the patient regained pulses at approximately 3:13 after over 20 minutes of CPR. And even more remarkably, before arriving to the hospital, He began to regain consciousness, started breathing on his own, moving, following commands, and attempting to speak. That is what we strive for every single day. But the true story of this save started before EMS ever arrived on the scene. This is the chain of survival in action, exactly how it's meant to work. I want to take a moment to put this in perspective. When someone suffers a cardiac arrest outside of a hospital, survival is far from guaranteed. But when someone immediately calls 911, starts CPR, gets an AED by the patient's side, the chances of survival increase dramatically. On June 20th, that is exactly what happened. The right steps happened quickly. They happened together. Every single link in that chain mattered. Every action made a difference. That is why we place such a strong emphasis on CPR and AED training in our schools, in our community, and within our own department. That outcome didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen by anything other than people being prepared. It happened because we believe exceeding minimum standards is simply not meeting them. Our firefighters and EMS personnel train every week. We train as individuals, we train as a department, and we train alongside with our neighboring agencies. We constantly review new research, new techniques, and evolving standards so that when someone calls for help, they receive the highest level of care possible. Some people believe that emergency response is just about showing up and doing the best you can. But calls like this remind us the lives are saved long before 911 calls ever come in. They're saved through preparation, practice, education, and a commitment to never stop improving. On June 20th, the training, dedication, and professionalism of everybody involved came together exactly how it intended to. And because of that, a life was saved. Because the reality is, it wasn't just responders who saved a life that day. It was people who were prepared and willing to act. And anyone, anywhere can be that person. Every chain begins with a voice on the other side of that 911 call. Amanda Turner, Brianne Gentz, and Caitlin Price, you were the first point of contact. You answered the call, gathered critical information, and set everything in motion. You ensured the right resources were sent quickly and guided the response from the very beginning. Thank you for being that calm, steady voice when it mattered the most. Tom Marbin, he made a 911 call and stayed on the line, providing critical updates of the patient's condition as they changed. He recognized when the patient stopped breathing, helped direct bystanders, and ensured that CPR started without delay. That communication mattered. Savannah Chahowski, while working in the South Higgins State Park store, you were alerted to an emergency when someone came in asking for an AED. Without hesitation, you grabbed the AED and brought it to the scene. That quick action ensured the device was available and ready if needed. That action done without hesitation was a critical link in the chain of survival. Officer Austin Massara, you began CPR right away. Those first compressions are crucial because of you, circulation was maintained during the most important window of time. Jeff Belkowitz, when your father collapsed, you didn't freeze. You stepped forward, followed the directions that were given to you, and you provided rescue breathing, helping provide oxygen to your dad during those critical moments. That is not easy to do, but you did it, and because you did, your dad is here today. Officer Rice Goulet, you assisted by placing AED pads on preparing the patient for ongoing patient care. Your actions help ensure a seamless transition to advanced life support. Officer Gerard Molazan, you managed traffic and scene access, ensuring first responders could reach the patient quickly and safely. Gerrish Township Police Officer Sergeant Ellis, Roscommon County Sheriff's Department Sergeant Burmeister, Deputy Spence, and Deputy Cochran, your role on the scene was vital. You assisted with equipment, you helped track medication times, and assisted with moving the patient to the ambulance when needed. And just as important, if not more, you ensured the scene remained safe, controlled, and respectful. You protected the patient's dignity during a very vulnerable moment. The professionalism speaks volumes. Firefighter Rachel Griffin and Firefighter Will Sabonik, You ensured equipment was ready and you assisted with the patient movement during a high-intensity call. Those actions are essential in making everything else possible. Paramedic firefighter Josh Thompson, paramedic firefighter Neil Dopp, EMT Lieutenant Mike Bentley, you took over a complex cardiac arrest and performed with precision, focus, and teamwork. From continuation of CPR, airway management, medications, and defibrillation. Your work was instrumental in achieving return of spontaneous circulation and giving a patient a second chance. And today we get to see something not every call gives us. We get to see the outcome. We get to see a father, a grandfather, surrounded by his family. We get to see a second chance. James Belkowitz. On June 20th, a lot of things had to happen and had to go right for you to be here today. People you didn't know stepped in without hesitation. Your family stood by you. An entire team worked together with one goal. It was to bring you back. And today we get to see you. We get to speak with you, and we get to celebrate with you. We are incredibly glad that you're here. It's especially meaningful to me because not only is he here to witness this recognition, but he's here to stand beside me to present the awards, to stand alongside the people who stepped in, the people who acted, the people who helped give you a second chance. There is no greater honor than what happened that day than to have you be here. So tonight we're going to recognize the people who made this possible, and I'd like to invite James Belkowitz to join me to present the life-saving awards. He'll be right here with him, and then I'm going to call you up there. This call reminds us lives are not saved by one person. They are saved by a chain, the dispatcher answering the call, a son stepping in, bystanders taking action, public safety working together, and responders carrying that care forward. Because every single person here, this story didn't end that day. It continued. And today we celebrate that. At this time, it is my honor to present life-saving awards to all those who made it possible. When I call your name, please remain in front of the room so that when everybody's done, we can recognize the whole entire group with the family. The first round, I'm going to need Brianne and Caitlin to come up, please. Not here, so hers is not here. Yeah, I'll let you award them. Brianne and Caitlin Price are here tonight. Amanda Turner was unable to make it. The first link in the chain of survival, their calm communication, critical information gathering, and coordination set this life-saving response in motion. Thank you for your professionalism and dedication. Tom Marvin was the one that made the phone call for 911, and he's unable to make it this evening, but I would like to recognize him for his actions on this call. His emergency call to 911, the updates that he gave dispatch to ensure that help arrived quickly with proper information. His actions were a critical link in that chain of survival. Savannah? Savannah Chowski, when an AED was needed, you acted immediately and brought it to the scene without hesitation. Your actions provided a critical link in the chain of survival. Thank you for your quick response and willingness to help. Jeff Belkowitz. When your father collapsed, you stepped forward and provided rescue breathing during those critical first moments. Your courage under extraordinary circumstances, your quick action, and your determination helped him to have a fighting chance. Thank you for stepping in. I'm going to have Officer Massara and Officer Goulet step up here. Officer Austin Massara, by starting CPR immediately, you provided one of the most critical interventions of the entire incident. Thank you for your decision, your action, and your commitment to helping others. Officer Royce Goulet, your assistance with the AED patient care, helped ensure a seamless continuation of life-saving efforts. Thank you for your service and professionalism. Officer Gerard Molazan is not here today, but we want to thank him as well for his management of the scene and traffic, allowing first responders to work safely and efficiently. We want to thank him for his professionalism and support during this incident. All right, law enforcement, I would like Sergeant Ellis, Sergeant Burmeister, Deputy Cochran, and Deputy Spence to come on up, please. We're gonna do that, John Ellis. All right, Sergeant Ellis. Sergeant Burmeister. Deputy Spence. Rated you guys backwards. Deputy Cochran. Gentlemen, your teamwork and support through this incident allowed the patient care to continue uninterrupted while maintaining a safe and respectful scene. Thank you for your commitment to public service and for working together to support the successful outcome. Firefighter Rachel Griffin, Firefighter Will Sabonik. Rachel and Will.
Thank you.
Your support with equipment, patient movement ensured the medical team could focus on life-saving care. Thank you for your dedication, your teamwork, and your willingness to help wherever it was needed. Josh, Neil, and Mike, come on up. You can get up. All right. Paramedic firefighter Josh Thompson. Paramedic firefighter Neil Dopp.
Thank you.
EMT Lieutenant Mike Bentley. Through your skill, teamwork, and dedication, you successfully resuscitated a patient in cardiac arrest and returned him to his family. Your actions exemplify the very best of EMS service. Thank you for your commitment to patient care, Gerrish Township, and for representing our profession so well. Thank you all for what you did. Thank you for reminding us all of why this work matters, because today we're not just talking about a call, we're celebrating a life that continued. Thank you. While we're all standing here, I would really like to get a pictures of these folks with their patients. We can, if anyone would like to take a picture. We'll give these to Savannah and Jeff, and then we'll just go to Rachel. Go. Now we're gonna, I think she's still getting some pictures. If you guys want individual pictures or anything with the patient, if you guys would do it out here. Yeah.
One up, take a picture.
After we do this group picture, if there's anybody who would like individual pictures with just your people, we'll step outside in the hallway and we'll let them continue their meeting, and we can have it in the hallway or down at the fire end, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
All you rescuers, thank you very much on behalf of the Gerrish Township Board. We are blessed.
Good and work. That's it. Yeah. He's sitting down over there by the wall behind the police officers. Yep, yep, maroon shirt. You sprouted up. Jenny?
Oh, it's great. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Thank you all for coming. I appreciate that, and I'm sure appreciates the support.
We were remiss if I didn't say hi to you. Nice to see you, right?
Proud.
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic. Hope things are well.
Things are well.
But yeah,
Kids
yep, awesome.
still in high school. Oh. Talking how they grow and. Oh.
Who's gorgeous?
All right, folks, we'll get agenda items here.
On the air.
All right, we're on to number 2, board. We're here to, this one is to formally accept the resignation of Officer Dylan Sherrill effective July 12th, 2026. So I would entertain a motion. Whoop. As soon as she comes back, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
I'll entertain a motion, board, accept the resignation of Dylan Sherrill from the Gerrish Township Police Department effective July 12th, 2006, and we wish him well. We have a motion with Treasurer Anderson. We have support trustee Osling. Any further discussion, board? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Thank you. And we're at number 3 in the agenda. Chief Mashinsky is formally requested to fill, obviously, the vacant position. So I would entertain a motion that the board approve Chief Mashinsky to fill the vacant full-time police officer road patrol position. I got Clerk Squires first. The support trustee Osling. Any further discussion, board? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Pose the same. That motion carries. Thank you. We are on to number 4. At our work session, we discussed quite a bit about West Birch Street and a traffic study request for West Birch, a formal one. And I am going to make a motion that the board deny the request for the referral to the Roscommon County Road Commission formally for a traffic study, speed study on West Birch regarding the engineering evaluations. I would make that motion.
I'll support.
Supported by Clerk Squires. Any further discussion? In the discussion point, I will send a letter as well attached to Road Commission Manager Saxton and have him take a look at the speed results of the Chief Mashinsky's work there, just to make sure we're not missing something there. Okay.
Awesome.
If everybody's in line with that, I would all in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Oppose the same. Motion carried. Thank you. Number 5 is the rescinding of the zoning assistant job description. That is going to be necessary in our process to rebuild our office. The zoning assistant job description we had was made many, many moons ago when it was doing something different than what we anticipate for the future. So I would entertain a motion to rescind the zoning assistant job description that is in the township policy manual.
Make that motion. Oh,
Moved,
Osling.
support.
support.
Okay, very good. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Thank you. So in place of that, we have a building and zoning assistant new, and it's called building/zoning assistant new job description. So I would entertain, you have all seen it, I would entertain that the board approve and place the proposed building zoning assistant job description in the township policy manual accordingly.
I'll make that motion.
Clerk Squires for the motion. We have support.
Second.
Support Treasurer Anderson. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Gotta go.
Opposed, the same? What did I miss?
6.
That's
Did I
all.
miss it?
You kind
Okay.
of skipped it.
We're all together.
Yeah.
Let's skip 6.
We rescinded the administrative specialist job.
No, we didn't.
description.
We
We did
did the
not.
zoning and then we did the zoning for the new one.
Anybody else hear that?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so we need to go back to 6 to rescind the administrative specialist job description. So I would entertain a motion
So moved.
that the board rescind the administrative specialist job description. Moved by Treasurer Anderson,
I'll support.
support Clerk Squires. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Thanks. Pose the same, motion carried.
Now number 8.
Okay, we should be on number 8. That is the formal acceptance of the Roscommon County traffic study results for North Cut Road and Rolling Oaks Drive. And that motion would look like the board accepts the Roscommon County traffic safety study result of North Cut Road and Rolling Oaks Drive and to place it on file so that it's there for future boards in the event that something might come up again or otherwise. And so,
Make that.
Clerk Squire for the motion. Do we have support? Support trustee Osling. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Pose the same, motion carries.
Get his copy out tomorrow morning.
Oh, the
requester.
the original requester.
Mhm.
Yep, okay. Yeah, you were gonna do that.
I
right?
know, but I waited because it wasn't approved yet.
Yep, gotcha. All right, very good. Sounds great. So number 9 on the agenda is a fund balance policy. Jim, you want to give just a quick couple minute on the policy? Fund balance policy.
Yeah, similar to the discussion we had in the work session, there's 4 funds within the county that have a
Township.
special assessment or a millage attached to them, the general fund, fire fund, police fund, and the sanitation fund. And so the policy that I'm suggesting we pass would be that the minimum fund balance always be at least what the average of the last 3 prior years' expenditures were, so that there's always going to be enough money to maintain it, those funds respectively through the year. Now, Kim's still here. I'll pick on the county. The county has a fund balance policy that's probably 15 or 20% is what you strive for. Their year end is in December 31st. So they have their tax revenues fresh and ready to go on January 1st. The taxes are levied on December 1st. In our case, our year end ends in March. So we technically pick those up as income, but we don't utilize the money. It's set in the trust until April 1st. So in essence, it's the same thing, except that it's a timing of when we report that income. They don't report that income until the following year that they're budgeting. So it's, if they had the same situation, the county would probably be looking at a fund balance of like 80% or 70%.
Right.
We're looking at 100 because pretty much 3 of those 4 funds are almost entirely financed through their millage or their special assessment. So that's the suggestion I'm making.
And the township previously didn't have a fund balance policy. As we talked, I think it's appropriate. It adheres to the governmental accounting standards. And so I would make the motion that the board approve the proposed Gerrish Township fund balance policy and also place that in our manual accordingly. I'll make that motion.
I'll support.
Support Clerk Squires. Any further discussion,
We
board?
need a roll call.
Yep.
Treasurer Anderson,
Yes.
trustee Appy,
Yes.
treasurer Osling, not treasurer, trustee Osling. Sorry.
With a raise? Yes, yes.
Supervisor Hill,
Yes.
clerk Squires, yes.
All right, that is 5-0,
Yes.
5 ayes and no nays, and the motion is declared passed. We are now on to number 10, which is another fiscal situation, our policy, if you will. It's actually done by resolution. And this one in particular is a resolution to establish a reserve net position in the Community Park Enterprise Fund. Jim, you want to give the
Sure.
layman's version, please?
Basically, this is a money that is officially being set aside by the township board. It's in a reserve, means it can be, that change their mind, or a subsequent board could change their mind. It's not restricted, which means you couldn't change your mind after the fact. What we've got with the marina, and that's what this fund is. There's currently a bond that's still got I think 3 payments left on the bond. When you calculate what's in the account and what's set aside for monies that are paid in advance for slips, and you set aside the reserve for the money for the debt, and then what you need for working capital, there's literally about $500,000 or $500,000 that's there that can be set aside for future development. And we've had conversations since I've been elected about what the marina should look like down the road. And so this just officially sets it aside for those future developments that haven't necessarily been identified in detail, but we all know that there's things that need to be done there. So that's what that is. It's letting the public know when you read the financial statements that we acknowledge that there's money there that's excess and there's a reason for it.
Okay, very good. I'm going to take a quick moment. It's only about whereas Gerrish Township owns and operates Gerrish Township Community Park Marina, the activities which are accounted for in the Community Park Enterprise Fund, 530 Fund Township, and whereas sound financial management practices, including guidance from the Government Finance Officers Association and standards applicable to municipal government, recommend governments maintain adequate reserves within enterprise funds, provide for capital repair, replacement, unanticipated expenditures, emergencies, and fluctuations in revenue. Whereas the township board has determined it is in the best interest of the township and the users of the community park to formally set aside a portion of unrestricted net position of the fund as a board designated reserve. And whereas the fund was sufficient unrestricted net position to fund such a reserve in the amount of $500,000. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Township Board of Gerrish Township, Roscommon County as follows. Establishment of reserve. There is hereby established within the Community Park Enterprise Fund a board designated reserve of net position in the amount of $500,000 to be designated from the unrestricted net position of the fund. Purpose of the reserve. The reserve is established by capital improvements, repair, replacement park facilities, equipment, emergencies, and stabilization of fund operations in the event of revenue shortfalls or unanticipated expenditures. Number 3 of that, use of reserve, no expenditure shall be made from the reserve, and the amount of the reserve shall not be reduced except upon the approval of Township Board by resolution adopted at a public meeting. Accounting and reporting, the Township Treasurer and the Township's accounting staff are directed to record and report the reserve as a designation of unrestricted net position of the fund in the Township's accounting records and annual financial statements, in accordance with general accepted accounting principles of the Uniform Chart of Accounts described by the Michigan Department of Treasury. Annual review, the Township Board shall review the adequacy and amount of the reserve at least annually in conjunction with the adoption of the Township budget and may, by resolution, increase or decrease the reserve as it deems appropriate. Conflicting provisions, effective date, all resolutions or parts of the resolutions in conflict with this resolution are hereby rescinded to the extent of such conflict. The resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption. So with that, I would entertain a motion, the board approve resolution number 2026-07-14-08 to establish reserve of net position in the Community Park Enterprise Fund. Roll call, please.
So moved. I will move. Did you move that?
Did you support? I'm
I'll
sorry.
support you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I figured that. I looked at you, but
Okay,
you
yeah.
just said that.
Clerk Squires, yes. Trustee Osling,
Yes.
Treasurer Anderson,
Yes.
Trustee Appy,
Yeah, yes.
Supervisor Hill.
Yes. For that record, you make sure that I'm the motion.
I got you.
Please and thank you.
Mhm.
That is 5 ayes and no nays. That motion carries. And for the final item on the agenda this evening, the board at previous meetings, as you know, we had a vacated position with our retired now, I guess,
Yeah.
front desk administrative specialist to advertise and conduct interviews. And we did do that as directed by the board. This initial agenda was out well before about 7 days ago, and we interviewed on Friday, July 10th. We were able to come to an agreement for a recommendation of that hire. And so with that, it's a motion to approve the recommendation of the empowered interview panel to hire Sabrina Wilkes pending a background, physical, and drug test with a 90-day probation period. Looking for a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Treasurer Anderson. We have support.
I'll support.
Support by Clerk Squires. Any further discussion, board? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Talented group of folks that we interviewed. Everybody interviewed well. Difficult
It was
decision.
tough.
But one had to be made. So, all right. Thank you very much. It is now time for public comments, which is open to anything, not just the agenda items. So we'll start inside the township hall first. Is there anybody that wants public comment? Sure. Come on up.
There is a green light on, yes.
The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much. Ed Stern, Sheriff for Roscommon County. As a department, and I feel it's important to go around and educate the public in reference to the 4 county millages that'll be on the ballot August 4th. There is the road millage, which is maintaining roads. Money that is running goes back to the township to maintain the roads. There is the veterans millage. There is the 911 millage. And then there's the sheriff's office, road patrol, and law enforcement services millage. The first thing that I really want to pinpoint is that all of these millages have been in effect for many years. Our millage, our road patrol and law enforcement service millage has been in effect for 33 years. These are not new millages, and I know there's been some confusion based on the language that the ballots are written under. A lot of them say reinstate instead of new, and there's because of Headley and the fact that those millages roll back because of Headley, the amount of money that's collected. We were informed even the last time it was on the ballot that you can't use the word renew to go back to the original amount percentage, the mills that you collect. So reinstate was the next closest word that we could find that was acceptable, but that's kind of confusing to some people. So all 4 of these millages have been in existence for a while. We are just wanting them reinstated back to the original collection amount that they were voted on the last 4 years ago, in essence. When it comes to the 911 millage, that, as you heard here tonight, all services for public safety, all emergencies, all complaints, everything starts at their office. Nothing goes out to police, fire, and EMS if there is no 911. So they're obviously their millage is critical to their operations. And Jessica Gilbert, the director of 911, sitting behind me. If you don't know who she is, she's the one in the bright pink shirt. She can answer things a little bit better on her end, but like I said, everything starts with them. They are the first chain in response. As far as our law enforcement millage goes, again, it's vital to our agency. Under statute, the sheriff is required to prisoner care and custody, maintain the peace, recover bodies from the waterways, and court services. There is no statutory obligation for the county to fund a road patrol. Many years ago, the county was forced to put on a road patrol millage because of financial issues. And I know you gentlemen were here back when that happened.
I helped with that.
Right. And that first millage in 1993 is how I was actually hired. So I've been around for all of it. I didn't understand it way back then. I just knew that the county, that the taxpayers voted to pass the millage, and I got hired. So I'm very grateful for that. And 33 years later, I'm still here. If that millage were not to pass, 90%, rough estimate, of our law enforcement services would be shut down. Our road patrol would be shut down. Our marine patrol would be shut down. Our ORV patrol would be shut down. Our school resource officer that works out of the Houghton Lake schools, that would be gone. Our secondary road patrol officer, our dive team. I mean, there's a whole laundry list of things that are funded through that millage. We do receive some federal funding and some state funding, but as you guys have probably experienced, those federal and state monies that used to fund positions 100% have dwindled down to very minimal. When I started as undersheriff in 2008, our Marine Patrol grant was like $80,000, $90,000 from the state. They give us $36,000 to patrol 3 lakes in the busiest area in the state of Michigan with boat traffic. And they say, here you go, that's all you get. Doesn't make sense, but that's what it is. So without that road patrol millage, the 15,000 calls for service that the men and women of our office respond to in a year, there wouldn't be anybody there to respond to them. There would be no Marine Patrol. I know you guys understand this, but there's been a lot of misinformation and a lot of confusion on social media. I've heard people say, well, we've got our own police department. You do. And we work hand in hand with them, as you saw today. That's just one example. Chief and I think we've worked very well together when he was the chief of police. We collaborate together. Now we collaborate with the new chief, and our agencies work together. I mean, 4th of July weekend, myself and Chief Musinski were standing hand in hand at South State Park Friday and Saturday for enforcement out there. Without this millage, that goes away, unfortunately. And that's the biggest thing that I want to stress to people, is that this is not a new tax. This is the same tax that's been going on for 33 years. And I'll be around at the end of the meeting if anybody has any questions or would like me to clarify anything, but hopefully I hit my point.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You did. There's the other piece is the mutual, you have to have something to have mutual aid.
Correct.
And other townships that don't have their police forces or otherwise, I guess it would say it's mutual aid. You would get our police department if you folks are there.
Right.
They have nothing to mutual aid. You mutual aid for them.
Correct.
So if you folks aren't there, I guess it looks like it's the state police. Perhaps if 15,000 is a lot of calls.
Correct.
Period.
Yes.
But so I just want everybody to understand that. I've heard that old conundrum for years about, well, we've got more, you have one, we have one, or whatever there. And I've always said that it doesn't matter what color it is. I haven't found anybody yet that's been in need of somebody that cares really what color it is. But
Correct.
we are all necessary.
And we don't function if we don't have each other.
Correct.
I mean, if we don't have Gerrish Township backing us up,
It's
and they don't have us to back them up or snag calls for service when
State.
they're tied up, or vice versa. We're in Houghton Lake dealing with something
Yep.
major, and then your township slides into the village, has gone to St. Helen. the north end of Houghton Lake and handle complaints for us. I mean, we work hand in hand.
Yes.
And that's important because people think there's a lot of us, but there really isn't a lot of us out there. So,
Absolutely. Kind of looks like quite a few in the same room, but it's not.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sort of a mentality to say something like that is pretty narrow-minded too. Because you live in the whole county, not just in, you get a hide in Gerrish Township thinking that.
Right. Exactly.
But I was there when the original millage was the brainchild, when it was
Mhm.
with the, that board at the time, and I was serving as the auditor, and I was the auditor since the mid-80s. And what Ed's telling you is exactly correct. And if you look at other communities that didn't get their road patrols passed, and you see the chaos that occurred up until they finally got one passed, this is not something you want to take lightly. 911, I suspect that they're going to do very well. They've always have on their requests, and well deserved. And the road fund that you talked about, that's only had one term
Right.
so far. So this is theoretically a renewal. And, you know, you can't weigh out which one's more important. Should you vote for the sheriffs and not vote for the other?
Right.
I think that they all have their own merits as their importance, you know. And I truly hope that all four of them pass. I suspect yours will. I think that you've done a good job getting the word out, and I think you need to keep doing that. But I can tell you without any doubt, if the 911 and the road patrol doesn't pass, we are going to have serious problems in this county.
I feel so too. And I know the sheriff of Isabella County personally, Sheriff Maine.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Don't like
And they lost their road patrol last year and they are hurting. And the people thought that the state police and the city police department was going to pick up all those calls for service throughout the county. And they're short on manpower themselves. They can't shag that many calls. And it's a disservice to the community that when they call for help, no one's coming. And I would hate to see that happen here.
Yep.
So,
Once you lose that group of personnel, getting them back is next to impossible too. So.
right. Yep. Yeah, they're gonna go somewhere else. I mean, the law enforcement market is rich for hiring purposes. I mean,
Yep.
So
Got the recruiting down, just don't have the retention down.
correct. Yes,
Yeah.
Everybody's struggling the same way.
exactly.
It would be nice of the state to make some of that available, but the retention portion of it is certainly suffering.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I echo your thoughts.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Ed.
Sure. Anybody else? Public comment? Yep, Phil?
So we can talk about anything.
Mhm.
Sure.
Okay,
So I'm here to trash talk.
trash talk.
But before I do, I was wondering if this board was aware of the kidnapping at the work session.
What?
You have to do something or you're going to have adults sleeping too. Oh,
I'm
What?
sorry.
Wait,
I
what?
think you lost me there.
Confused.
kidnapping
Kid.
Oh, the kidnapping,
Oh.
emphasize.
with that.
Oh, okay.
At the work.
I was gonna say, I haven't napped yet, but it's 2 hours long is getting long.
Okay, so I'm here to ask you to give thought to something that's, I observe all the time and it's been troubling me for a while, and maybe it shouldn't. There's, years ago or so, you passed out the trash bins, but there's still those, wire nets that people are putting trash in. And, there's trash bins and recycle bins left at the roadside forever. People just leave them there.
Mhm.
I used to live downstate and there was an ordinance that said you could not put it out on the street until the evening before,
Mhm.
and it had to be gone the evening after. And I wondered if you could give thought to the appearance it makes. But also, I think there should be a cost savings, because if the trash guy can just pick it up automatically without getting out of the truck, and lifting the top off of those things and putting the bags in and cleaning up and all the other stuff, it should save money for the township too.
As I recall in my past, I remember hearing quite a spirited argument going on when the initial, when one of the trash contracts were being discussed, previous carriers and whatever, where people came out of the woodwork to literally throw their bodies over the top of the critter keepers, those little whatever's there, the wires.
Yep.
And they actually got put into the contract. They remain in the contract so that they can be picked up and done whatever. But I agree with this. The state of some of them is really horrific.
Yeah.
And I referee almost daily different issues like that with the trash. So
It's hard with a resort area.
It is, but there's ways around it. Your neighbor
know.
can do it for you.
Maybe.
It's
you
friends.
got to be neighborly.
Yeah.
Though,
Yeah.
Not everybody's neighborly though.
you got to be neighborly. Thank you. I understand what you're saying.
Appreciate you
Thank
always.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks. Good to see you.
Anybody else in the audience? Public comment? Do we have anybody on Zoom? Oh,
Kim's good.
Kim, you're in the room. I'm sorry. What's that? Well, no, I always do the room first. You were able to make it here tonight and you get to sweat like I do in this room. So,
All good. I think I have experience
yes.
with that, don't I?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. This will be very, very brief because we had 3 meetings this past Wednesday. There were the quickest meetings I think we have had in a long time. So I'll do a brief update on that. The very first was our regular meeting and a quick strategic plan update. We walked through and confirmed the budget process that we'll be doing. Kind of mentioned that before. We're definitely trying to secure 2027 early so we don't wait to the last minute. And we're projecting 28 and 29, which we have not been doing in the past. So we're working through that. I did even email you guys some of the millage bullet points because I, just like our sheriff and the rest of this group, are very supportive of where that need is for this county. And so the RTA group asked if I could pass it on to every township and village. And so at least you have a copy of some few bullet points if you just need some quick speaking points for them. So there were a lot of public comments. Obviously, on that meeting was all about lake level. And then we went into our work session. We were supposed to have our audit report. That is not done yet. I don't know the exact reasons, but there's a couple things that did not get
Wait for your
completed.
OPEB.
OPED, that's the right term. Thank you. So we didn't have that. So then we went into, referee Jake Collini, who handles all of the childcare fund budget and that work, they're on a different budget schedule than we are. So we went ahead and heard that budget proposal. We'll be meeting on that. You guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
That's going down. Okay. The Commission on Aging is supposed to come and give us a report a couple times a year on their budget and how their financials are working. We got the packet, but no one showed. So we're not sure why there was a no-show, but that might be on one of our next work sessions as well. Then we moved into the lake level meeting. Just wanted everybody to know we've had a lot of inquiries to make sure we put the gate logs published on the lake website. And those are going to start to be done on a weekly basis. I will tell you that Chair Censor looks at that log at the same time every day. So that when people say your level was this, your level was that, well, what time did you look at it? So I think there is averages on there, but the point is when she's reporting, it's at the same time. I think it's at 9 o'clock. Can't quote me on that because I don't do it, but every day at the same time. So we're consistent on how we're reporting. So that's going to be coming out. There was a full house, obviously, at that meeting. Only a few people stood up and kind of repeated some of the public comment that we've heard before. I thought I would go just quickly on record because there was some miscommunication, which is why we think there were so many people in the room, that we were going to make a vote on that day about where we were going with Higgins Lake. There was no motions on the agenda to be done. There was discussion at one of the prior lake level meetings spurred by me to say, we need to start making decisions. Let's not kick this can down the road any further. Here are 3 options. I've said this numerous times. I threw them out. 1, give it back to the DNR. 2, sell it to an organization who has had years of interest in it, or maybe they're not interested. Maybe it hadn't been. Maybe they're a new group. 3, we proceed under the court order and continue to try to maintain it the best we can. Then that decision becomes fix it or replace it. And that's what this subcommittee was supposed to be working through. That was the things that were thrown out, not that we were making a decision on that day. It was to have that discussion, have some facts ready so that we could debate and I say debate, discuss it, find out where we're going and what we want to do. No decision was made. There'll be some more things probably presented at the next lake level meeting. They're every month at this point. So I just wanted to clarify because a lot of those comments came from me and then they got misconstrued. So I'm just trying everywhere I go to say, this is how that came about. And I only have one last thing, and it's a question on the fund balance policy. Is there anything that you need from our controller or our county for this? Any action we need to take?
No, this
You guys
is
are good?
strictly
Okay.
for our fund balance.
That's what
I
I
just
thought.
picked on you because a lot of people will look at it and they say, why would you need a fund balance equal to a whole year's worth of revenue?
Right.
And it's because of the nature of the beast.
Correct.
Townships have a March 31st year end.
Yep.
Counties have a December 31st year end. If you had the same year end as us, you would never pass a fund balance
Right.
policy at 15%.
Right.
Right.
You'd be at least 50.
Different,
70.
absolutely.
You'd be out of money
Correct.
before you got to the end of the year.
Correct.
So the fund balance that we have is money that's basically sitting in the bank that just got levied,
Mhm.
and we have to work 12 months off of that.
Off that.
So
Yep.
that's why it's imperative that.
I
any
agreed
township
with it. I
has
just wanted to make sure there wasn't any action you'd
Nope,
like me
no
to take
action.
back to make sure that we are
We're just
doing
trying,
what we
we're
need.
just trying to get some things straightened out and some good foundation for the next board in the future so that they have a
Mhm.
good
Yep.
set of
Yeah.
blueprints. to
It
follow.
always looks different when we do our budget and then you guys are at 15% or whatever. And then
Yeah.
you look at ours and I think people think we're just like hoarding.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of townships, I mean, if they're sitting
I hear that.
300%.
Right.
Township, yeah, I'd say you probably.
Probably were, right?
need to Consider some changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But any township that doesn't have at least 100% of their fund balance expenditure, and we already do that.
Sure.
We're just putting it on paper.
That's perfect.
You would run the risk, and I can tell you, I know some townships that had special assessments, let's say for sanitation, that didn't have enough money to get through the end of the year.
Through the end of the year.
because They didn't plan ahead far enough, so
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
Sound great to me. I just wanted to make sure if you needed anything on our end that I could.
No, it's kind of tuning our own financial pieces up and
Sure.
trying to lose.
Which we've been trying to work on as well, because
Yeah.
we had to redo some of that too.
Kind of a legacy of the proper policy to follow rather than just
Absolutely.
everybody, when you, again, I've been heard many times talking about one only needs to be 18 and run a place and you too can run a township.
Help us.
So, and we don't make the laws, unfortunately, we just have to follow them all.
Absolutely.
So,
Is there anything you'd like me to take? We have another week before our other, our regular board meetings and stuff. So anything, questions or any concerns or anything you'd like me to take back?
I have none.
All right. Well, if you do, you know how to get a hold of me.
Thank you.
All right.
Just, I know I got the road commission coming to the Rotary meeting tomorrow.
Nice.
To a presentation. We had the sheriff's department already to
Mhm.
come and, I just hope that people understand that road millage, how much that'll affect every township that they live in, because when our governor said, fix the damn roads, she wasn't talking about East Higgins Lake Drive. They were talking about expressways.
Right.
Those local roads only can be fixed by a road commission and have to have match money from the township. And that's what that millage was
Right.
doing. If your township doesn't have a millage for roads, they have to pull that out of the general fund. I can tell you with our general fund, there's not enough money in there to, we did $212,000 worth of road work
Mhm.
matched to, that came out of that millage. We would never have that money
Right.
available in this township, and we're a pretty decent.
There's others that will even be more in
Little
trouble if that had
township,
to happen.
Nestor,
Absolutely.
Sable, Lake, they would just not have the ability to do it.
Mhm.
So I think there, and I don't want to put that ahead of the sheriff's millage, because I think that is
They're all important.
very important. They're all important.
Absolutely.
And I think that nobody's asking for more money than what they, or more millage than what they were getting before. They're just trying to maintain what we
Maintain.
have. So I just encourage people to think about that and don't get that mindset that I'm going to vote no because I have the ability to just say no. Because I know the frustration. I have people coming to my office paying their bills and they don't like paying taxes. I don't like paying taxes.
Hate.
But I like it when I call 911 and somebody shows up on a timely manner and is well-trained. That is what's important to me.
Absolutely.
That's why partly I live here, but
Mhm.
it's countywide, it's statewide. You need to consider where you live and support
Yeah.
those entities that are providing those services. It's unfortunate that the county has to go and pass a millage for those services. Those services are essential services. They're not services that are,
Right.
willy-nilly that we just decide to have. They are essential.
They are very essential. I think people don't understand the difference in bare bones. We have had better than bare bones in this county with these groups. So if it's statutory and essential, it could be bare bones if they don't want to do it, and you won't get what we get in this county today if this group isn't done. So I know, from a personal perspective, yes, when you're going out and you guys, you can on your own talk about, yes, we need to support it. You can put signs in, but I think the most important and what I have seen with this group, they are every meeting, they steal my thunder, just so you know, they come and tell, and I'm like, okay, here's my 4 bullet points. So they do a much better job. They have been working hard to get out and educate people, because that's the key. People need to understand what this is about, why it's important. Yes, it's their choice, but if they don't understand and all they hear is rhetoric, they don't know how to vote properly. So I applaud them. The road commission did come to the Roscommon Township Association meeting, and they presented as well. So they got not
Yeah.
everyone was there.
The road
They were
commission
They
here
can,
too.
before,
perfect.
before their pamphlets.
Yeah.
super. So see, everybody's really trying hard, I think, to educate people. So
Yeah.
I applaud them. Good work. And it's great for this county for sure. Yeah. So let me know if you need anything else or if you have questions. Okay?
Thanks, Sam.
All right. Thanks.
All right, anybody on Zoom? Okay,
Here, no.
Mary Jo. Announcements, anything?
Mhm. Oh, since we have so many people, August 8th, there's a few events happening around the township. So one is the fire hall has their open house, and Health of Higgins Lake has their Celebrate Higgins Lake over at the marina, August 8th, 11 to 3, both days.
Golf day too.
Oh, and a golf day.
Golf day, what year? 17? Oh, 20? Really? 17th annual Act On Golf outing, the Redwood. And then and I believe the fire
20th.
department,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
having an open house here?
Yep.
On the very same day, so
Yep.
it's gonna take gotta slide around, I guess.
And your
Yeah.
picnic
Anything
is
else,
the
Mary Jo?
20th.
Oh, that's it.
Okay,
Thank you.
Clerk Squire.
I really don't have much to say other than I'm really proud to be part of this community. I'm an emotional person.
Yeah.
I won't say too much, but yeah, it felt really good to sit here tonight and see what kind of a community I'm part of, and I thank all of you for that.
Trustee Assel.
Yeah, I just ditto what Michelle said. Watching this presentation tonight is very heartwarming, and it's it just makes you proud to be a part of this community, and we're selling it every day that we can. So congratulations to all the public safety folks that were involved in that, and good kudos on the work you do every day. And the other thing is like Mary Jo said, the Celebrate Higgins Lake. This is the first one we've had for the Health of Higgins Lake, and we expect to have all the committees are there, and the Higgins Lake Foundation will be there, and the HLPOA, HLU, maybe some state legislative type folks. We've been invited anyway, so we hope to make it a thing, and come on out between 11 and 3, 11 and 3 and
At the marina,
at the
right?
marina. And I was standing out there at the marina the other day, looking out over the lake. That's a pretty awesome place to have this meeting too. It's, come out and see that if you haven't done that
Yes.
already.
It's a
So,
lot of potential.
I think that's it. Thanks.
Treasurer Anderson.
Your taxes.
And just one
I-
time, huh?
I would just say, you know,
I'll never understand financial humor.
Never.
I was
Fine.
auditing for 40
Oh,
years,
goodness
and I worked with the county for a good part of that. That's where I started my career. It's when the first audits I started doing back in the 85, 84 was Roscommon County. And so I'm very familiar with their finances. But it wasn't until I actually was sitting next door to the fire department that I saw a part of the whole activity that I never really appreciated, because I was always looking at the numbers. I used to pick on that, with your budget, and I don't know, when you watch what I saw tonight, how do you put a price tag on that? And so I think that's what you got to think about when you're going to the polls, is that could be you next time. And if you call and nobody answers the phone, that's your fault.
Agreed. Absolutely, 100%. Echoed everybody else's compliments as well. Thank you to you all. I'd be remiss if I didn't throw a special shout out for my 911 director and the deputy director, Courtney, there as well. I sit as the chair of the E911 Authority Board, where that's the kind of double check of the business process, if you will, of the center. And what I said also with Commissioner Morley on that. Listen, nothing happens if that phone doesn't get answered. And that would create quite a cramp in society. And then to turn around and even have them be able to not have someone, it creates even more angst as to what will you do. And again, as I articulated with Ed, with the very concept of mutual aid is you must have something to mutual aid with. And majority of the townships in the county aren't fortunate enough, like ours or Richfield or Denton, to have a police department. And it takes the team to get it done, all of it. And like happens in emergency services all the time, it all happens at once. Really, when you really think about it, there's times in between and whatever there that, sure, you're not running on that emergent call, but at the end of the day, when it does come, you better have everybody together. You better have the team that it needs to respond to that. I believe 7-year-old man today, life. We've seen other ones as well in my career. And I thank everybody who goes into public safety and who stays in public safety. I hope we resolve that retention problem. It's not just police, it's fire, it's EMS. It seems to be pretty systematic and wow, those are not easy. Yeah. Thank you to all. Appreciate it. That's all I got to say. So I would entertain a motion that we close the meeting at 8:08.
So moved.
Anderson,
Support.
Clerk Squires, any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 I
Opposed, the same. Thank you all. Bye.